Okay, let's get back to it, everybody. This is Spirit guided me, told me to do this reading here about Andrew Tate. So as I was saying, it looks like this wealthy man or business got wind of Mr. Andrew's new ideas. He had some kind of new idea to speak or bring forth, or some kind of evidence, a truth coming out from him about other people, etc. And what happened is basically they wanted to stop that thirst for knowledge that people have and that he has incited upon others. So there is some type of like judgment call being made and coming up here. Let me see. Again, these people that are coming against him, they do have an intention. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. They have an intention to keep him delayed, to keep him in a standstill, to keep him in a resistance to whatever he's doing, to make him second guess whatever he's doing. They're trying to stall something that he wants to bring out. There's something creative, like an endeavor, an idea, etc., that he wants to bring out as a leader with some kind of structure that he's been putting together. It's also pointing to me something about, let's see, him wanting to protect potentially some type of women here. So they're doing whatever they can to make him feel guilty, bring back anything that he's done in the past, any kind of mistakes or misgrievances that may have nothing to do with anything he's actually done even. So that he fears sacrificing something here. And so he kind of stays in a lack of control. So there's a lot of stalling going on is what I'm seeing, like whatever is happening here. They are basically stalling with any kind of professionalism, so they're not providing, in the situation he's in, the people that are punishing him are not providing really any kind of high standards with their job. They're not producing any kind of excellence, competence, reliability, and they're also not coming across to anyone as respectful. This particular person who decided to go against him here and betray him, because it shows me there's a judgment being made as well on some misgrievances that have been filed against him before. They want to constantly keep him personally in an aimless kind of drifting, indecision kind of stalled, delayed area, because they see that with his truth speaking, he may be able to come forward very creatively and romantically towards women who have a lot of money, and then inspiring them, and potentially there even being like a type of working together between a Nine of Pentacles and an Emperor energy here. They're also trying to ruin like a sense of belonging and comfort for him, a sense of security. So yeah, they feel like they're kind of confident in making sure that he doesn't have like the happiness that he loves, like where he resides. Let's see here. I'm going to use this deck now. That's the bay. You can hear the bay here. let's see. So when it comes to, let me see here. The cards are a little bit stuck together on this money deck. They got rained on. Blessed by the gods. Yeah, see, they're really trying to change his home environment. So they don't want him going home, and they don't want him going home to a place that feels comfortable. This is a part of the profession. There's a professional betrayal going on here, and there's a professional deception, and it's happening very fast. They're manifesting like quick decisions very fast. So like they want him on a plane like very, very fast, like fast air travel. And they want him going to a home base. Like they want to change his environment. You can see here. Let's see. They don't want to work. Let me see. All right, so we're gonna hold off on that one, Spirit. It looks like they're they don't want to work with him finding any kind of closure, personal closure, or taking any kind of shortcuts. They're trying to delay everything. Everything is a big delay to mess up his home life specifically, or any kind of professionalism there too in his home life. So they're trying to cause like a world in reverse situation for him, or that's what they're causing. Just to keep him in this incomplete kind of area where he's not able to really use his creative pursuits, basically. And there is something here coming through in like a a romantic way. It's interesting. It's really coming after my throat a lot here. So I also have the perfect fit coming out. What I have here is it's coming out that he's actually positive. This is amazing. I don't know when I've ever cleared my throat this much on a reading before. And we haven't even been going that long, and I've done readings over an hour recorded. So yeah, you have the Knight of Wands, so a lot of energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless. So they're trying to knock him off of any kind of perfect fit. There's like a perfect fit kind of criminal here who has come after him because he's actually positive it's coming through. Who's coming after his home base, women with money that may support him or speak out for him. There's this King of Pentacles, wealthy man, wealthy business, corporation people that are particularly coming after him to betray him. And it's like the perfect fit somehow. These people met the perfect people. There's some kind of alignment that falls with him. They're like, he's the perfect scapegoat, you know, or the perfect patsy or something, because of how he has displayed himself online before, with courage and persistence, you see. I'm going to throw this down. I'm going to clarify this. So they're basically trying to make him, it's like he's the perfect person to make the scapegoat or to deflect onto for things that, say, this global, if you will, this particular man or these corporation business people have decided to deceive him and cause this conflict and try and screw up his home, These people, very wealthy people, they are basically doing this to him so that he looks like the bad guy, instead of people focusing on the Epstein files and all of the players and the people that have participated in harming others when it relates to those things like trafficking, etc. So they're using him to kind of take the heat off of themselves, and they're saying, oh, he's doing all these things instead of them, so people are not looking at them because they're staying hidden, you see, while he's coming out and he's just speaking his truth. So he's kind of taking a last stand here, defending himself. He's kind of coming across a lot as a lot of new energy, like a lot of like, he's kind of feeling a bit like a free spirit, or he has like some freedom or some excitement, like he's gotten some wealth and now he has new ideas and he's curious and things like this. So they want to stop that. Basically, they want to stop his passionate energy, his adventure, fearless energy. Let's see what else here. Let's see what comes out for these. I've got a lot of decks. I asked Spirit what decks to use, and it had me use every deck that I have except for one. So let's see. Yeah. So it's interesting because what comes up over this wealthy man or wealthy corporation, you've got this card, calling back. So that's interesting. So there could also be a potential where he refused to work with these people, you know, and just even in general, he's refusing to work with them and be on their side. He's calling them out. He's putting the pressure back on them. But they're still calling him. They're still trying to do all these delays and ruin his life, basically. But it's interesting as well because you have this woman here. Now, there's a lot going on with this card here. But it's very interesting that when you look at these corporations, or this corporation, this very wealthy man who is betraying him, causing this situation here, you have this woman holding a couple of dolls, you see. So you have the children, so that's the pedo coming out here, right? And then also more than that, but there's a harming of children because there's a manipulation of children here, right? Yeah, so I mean, this shows me too that they're very jealous of whatever, like his wealth or whatever he's incurred for himself, and that he's kind of kept himself a free spirit and in the public eye. There's something happening here. It would appear as though Mr. Tate has some kind of ties to helping some kind of woman potentially get out of some cycle or situation. I'm also hearing psychic, or like that's what's channeling coming out of my mouth. So again, these people are they're trying to advert disaster on themselves, this wealthy man business coming against him, because it's a very stormy time for them. And I think what's happening for them is they're losing the females and the women that they used to use, that they used to program to harm others. These women are kind of releasing these limiting beliefs, and they're exploring dark thoughts that are healing their trauma, where it's like they had, it looked like, it felt like they had a lack of will. But these there were some women here that were used and trafficked as well to harm children and teenagers. If you want to get into semantics, whatever, but you know, people at that age and younger, of teenagers. Yeah, and there's a jealousy here that these people don't have like the courage or the inspiration or the ideas to help these people. That their words don't provide clarity, their words don't provide judgment. I think there's a lot to go in there, because it may have been that Tate here, it appears that in some way or another, he touched someone within their sphere who is a woman, and it enlightened her in some way. He may have also saw something here, and so he has some information that he could release about certain relationships between men and women. This can also be him coming into some kind of spiritual awakening as well, with divine masculine and feminine here. So that's really interesting. I want to get something on this judgment card up here. Alright. So this shows me too, this shows me women. A woman has come against him, is what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Alright, there's a lot of, wow, there's, so people are making some kind of meaning out of this woman that has come against him, from what I see. This woman is very deceitful, by the way. There's a woman who's coming against him, at least one woman I see here. Could very well be a white woman, could very well be an English woman here. So basically, they have some kind of memories together. There's some kind of reputation that's held. Looks like he has provided some kind of hospitality towards this woman, but she's coming as like a poised opponent that will come for his power, basically just like a snake. But it looks like he may have indulged with this woman before, or these women, and that's the truth, is he indulged. There's something here about travel as well, them being present in his life. They're wanting to take his authority and his availability to adapt. They're trying to get in the way of his art. There's a lot happening here, and they're trying to ruin his legacy, reputation, and meaning. Looks like they could even be trying to get some kind of fame out of this whole situation as well. But there's a really risky situation here. You're also seeing something about his physical health. So from what I'm seeing here, what they're doing with his physical health is very risky. It's actually very bad and scary. These people that are harming him may one day surprisingly be asking for forgiveness. And these are people that are operating in this system with whatever careers they have that I'm speaking about. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and clear some of this up so I can get you guys some more cards and information about what's really going on here. If you do want a private reading with me about anything, then please contact me. We can do a private reading. We can get you specific answers. So I'm just going to clear these up, pick these up, because I'm going to be doing some more reshuffling and getting some more answers here. Alright. Wow, my throat has never done this before. I'm completely in shock. So yeah, one of those messages they don't want to get out, again, because it's like a new idea, new curiosity. I guess it looks like he could be trying to bring forth a new idea and curiosity too. Let's see here, when it comes to home and things like that. So I want to know a little bit more about this kind of vile witch snake that has come up against him. So let's see. So, you know, it's definitely telling me that it is not proper that he is in jail or being held like this. It is not proper due process. It is not proper. There is a woman or women. You got the Queen of Cups in reverse here. So you've got a woman who is very insecure and I just keep getting jealous. There's a jealous woman of him. Maybe she wants to take his house, even to take his estate. So it's even turning into that now. They're trying to put all these burdens on him. He's carried a lot of burdens for a long time, it looks like, with information allegations, with being targeted, for being a smart person, for being a wealthy person, and coming up however he did to get his money, and whatever he's doing now and whatever he's speaking, especially truths, like I said. Yeah, so that's why I think there's a bit of a manifestation that this is done. So yeah, I think again, it's very improper that he's being held in this way. The cards are showing me, this is what Spirit is showing objectively, that it is not proper what is happening to him. So yeah, they're trying to mess with his vision in more ways than one, even physically with his vision. They want to limit any of the success or rewards he has. That's why they're trying to mess with his living location, and they're trying to do air travel with him and relocate him so that he does not have any kind of success or rewards for telling the truth or being honest or being positive in any way. So let's see what else here. But yeah, I wanted to get a little bit more about this this woman here. Tell me more about this particular woman who's basically backstabbed him, it looks like, as well. So yeah, she's just going after her own personal goals, basically. It's just like all about like whatever. She's just in this kind of narcissistic bubble where she's just thinking about herself, basically. She may have even thought that she was playing it safe by doing this. She could have been afraid of these people coming after her. But she wanted to cause, let me see. Let me get this accurate here. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing the cards. This woman wanted to cause a very painful ending here for Mr. Tate. I'm talking as painful and as torturous as it gets, okay? That is a part of her plan. To create very serious betrayal, serious loss, extreme collapse, defeat, failure, crisis. So that's what she's doing right now with her insecurity and whatever kind of inner feelings she has. Again, she's just sitting here staring at this house thinking she wants this house. That's really all where her mind is. She could care less about this Tate and what he's doing. And let's see. Yeah, this woman's living in the past. I mean, it's a lot of energy that it's just very immature feeling that, I mean, I don't even really want to get into it. We'll see what else Spirit wants to go more. It's just a woman as well who's trying to avert change and avert any kind of disaster in her own life. And I think this is just a reflection of like what's playing out on the world and the world stage. But these are kind of things that are fading. But yeah, you've got a bunch of women here. Actually, you've got at least 3 women showing up that could fit this criteria, where they party very heavy. They gossip a lot. There's a lot of, you know, how do I say this? You know, when you're just talking about heavy partying, you know, just doing too much of something that could even, how do I say this properly? It's kind of like when you want to indulge on a cake and you really want to indulge on eating chocolate cake. So you start indulging on chocolate cake and say it even has high fructose corn syrup in it and GMOs and all this stuff, but you're just loving the taste of that cake, and the sugar has you eating the cake because your brain wants the sugar and the carbs and the energy and everything. So anyway, without getting more into the health there, it's like you continue to eat this cake all day, every day for like a month or something. And then you end up with, you know, because of the oil and the chemicals mixed with the sugar, all of those ingredients together, not stand alone, you basically end up with a lot of diseases or something like that. So there's a lot of that that's coming out here. Just people trying to make gossip about Mr. Tate from what we see. They're spending a lot of time alone thinking about what they did or what they're doing. Let's see. So, all right, I'm gonna put this one here. Let's see what else I can get. Tell me about this. There's a snake, vile, poisonous woman, like I said. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell us more here. Okay. Right. Interesting. Let me see. Wow. Okay. There's something really dark and strange going on here. Let me see. From what I'm seeing here, they may have even wanted to like stage or try to get one of these women to off themselves. They have had some kind of plan like that, to get one of these women to, or they, you know, make it appear as though one of these women has off themselves anyway, to take that all kinds of angles, to basically, you know, somehow make this mean that creates, you know, Mr. Tate as some kind of a person who deserves a negative judgment, but it would show that he would actually have some inner feelings about this, where, I mean, he's pretty disappointed or sad, upset about it, in despair, but it just shows that there has been some kind of potential like that too, I guess, to make the story bigger as well. I mean, what you're looking at here is you're looking at a global story. You're looking at that King of Pentacles coming out again. And so you're looking at the media. You're looking at the media creating crazy huge stories where they could even fabricate and they could off this woman or multiple women and make it look like they did this to themselves and create some kind of emotional story to get the public to believe that, see, Andrew Tate caused this, his emotional harm, his actions, so on and so forth, when really it was these other wealthy people in business that are also playing in or owning the media, basically. So they definitely don't want Mr. Tate to be seen in any kind of positive light. They don't want people to see him as having any kind of emotional expression that is expressed at the correct times and held back at the correct times. They do not want him to be seen in a diplomatic or positively controlling, supportive leader role, which is why some of these women had gone after him to begin with. That's what they were looking for from him. They were looking for some kind of empathy and tolerance. So that's really interesting. Let me see. Spirit's telling me to keep going. Loyalty. Alright guys, we're just getting from different decks here. right, tell me more about this loyalty card, Spirit. Okay. There's illusion and mystery coming up here. Confusion, brutality. There's a lot of illusion happening. There's a lot of like tricks and magic being played here. Like there's a confusion that the media is creating about his relationships. They're switching up details, switching it up with different people. And with his friendships. They're trying to create confusion. Let's see. Let's see here. So there's some people that were supposed to be loyal to Mr. Tate here, but basically they have decided to destroy him instead and create all kinds of bad luck for him. All right. Let's see. Wow, Spirit wants to keep going with this. A lot of delays they want to put on him. They want him emotionally having a lot of loss. They're really, really going on about some women who have gossiped about him. There's creating a lot of gossip online about him, untruths, exaggerations. Extreme conflict and rivalry. Let's see. Spirit's giving me a lot of information here. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Whoops. Okay. So we're gonna leave it there for now when it comes to these cards, but I'm gonna get other cards as well because I was shown to use this other deck here. So we have one more deck. So hopefully we will just get some information about that. Let's see here, everybody. One more deck and then we'll probably be done with this particular reading. And again, if you enjoy this reading and you're seeing it, please share it. Please like, leave me a positive comment, or if you'd like a reading yourself, then definitely hit me up. I do private readings, absolutely. And I accept gifts. I have gift amounts for the amount of time a reading takes to do. So, like so, you can see this is a sneak peek of a reading here. I only send out audios when I do the readings. But this is online, so I'm showing you guys some videos, some photos here. So I'm going to use this deck next. And I'm going to see what comes out with this deck? Okay. Okay. I'm going to take that here. So let's see. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to take that as well. So this is interesting. Because Spirit is telling me to not read certain things right now. So let's see. Okay. So, let's see. I think I will start with this. I've got the Page of Pentacles coming out. Alright, and it wants me to get a card about his legal team right now. So, let's see what that's about. That's going to be interesting. What's the blind spot of his legal team right now? Oh, I know this one very well. This is long-term thinking. They're not thinking long-term. Wow. So the legal team is thinking like very short term. They're not really thinking about like what is best in the long run with whatever they're doing. So however they're like facilitating things and they're putting things out on social media. They're not really thinking about, hold on, let me see. How the judge is gonna see this, from what I can see here. It's showing me that like it's going to work out positive for them. So in other words, like they may have been thinking like that it wasn't going to work in this situation with the short-term thinking and the long-term thinking. But nevertheless, this is what the cards are showing. All right, let's see. Who,